Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Welcome to a special and a unique video which I'm sure will be quite electrifying, and that is because of these three reasons.
Perfect.
It's a Mercedes-Benz. It's electric. We're driving it today and it's going to be launched soon. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Mercedes-Benz EQC, India's first luxury electric SUV. Now, before I go into details such as the design and the cabin and other details, let me take you to the most interesting part, that is, how does this electric SUV drive? Now, before we proceed, please bear in mind that this is an SUV that weighs 2.5 tons. With that in perspective, the battery pack alone itself weighs around 650 kg. So that's a heavy lithium-ion battery pack that the EQC has. And the total power output that you get is 408 horsepower and a mammoth 760 Newton meters of torque, which is sent to all four wheels. But interestingly, there are two asynchronous motors. One is on the front axle, one is on the rear. So when you're driving sedately in urban conditions, it's just the front wheels that are being fed the power, and that is how the EQC balances between efficiency. So that's where the inclination is towards efficiency. But the moment you step on the gas and you want to go for more performance, that's where the rear motor also kicks in, and that is when the power is being channeled to all four wheels, making it an all-wheel drive vehicle. Now, real-world performance, it is absolutely fantastic. Now, I told you it's a 2.5 ton vehicle, but once you're on the move, you just wouldn't feel it weighs that much. The acceleration from the motor is phenomenal, and Mercedes-Benz claims the vehicle can do 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds. Now, 5.1 seconds is a quick time for an SUV of this weight, but what makes it more special is how the EQC reaches that 100 kilometer mark. Because of it being an electric vehicle, all of that 760 Newton meters of torque is at your right foot's disposal right from the word go, which means the moment you go hard on the throttle, the EQC lurches ahead with phenomenal aggression. As far high speed capability is concerned, again, the EQC easily makes it into high triple digits with ease. So again, that is one thing that makes it a very comfortable cruiser as well if you do plan long journeys. Now, Mercedes-Benz claims a range of 450 plus kilometers as per the NEDC cycle, and that is quite a lot. Now, realistically speaking, although we haven't been able to discharge the battery entirely, but considering how much battery we have consumed basis the kilometers we've driven, I would assume about 380 to 400 kilometers realistically in Indian conditions should easily be doable. And of course, this also comes with driving mode, so you can always switch to the eco mode, wherein you will be able to extend the range further. It also comes with energy recuperation, and add to it 5 modes in that, which you can toggle between using the paddle shifters. Of course, it's an electric vehicle transmission, so there are no gears that you need to change. So these paddle shifters let you shift between the energy recuperation modes. As far as comfort is concerned, the EQC does not make any compromises. Now, like I said earlier, there's a 650 kg battery pack. Now, this is mounted between both the motors, and that gives it a very good balance and weight distribution. And this means straight line stability is very good in the EQC, even when you're doing high triple digit speeds. Despite being a 2.5 ton vehicle, you can push the EQC around corners. Now, keep in mind it's no sports car, but yes, it can surprise you with the athleticism it can display over corners. So that is again a good trait about the EQC, and that is something that I like about the EQC. Despite having such a heavy battery pack, the vehicle is able to balance between two challenging traits in a very efficient manner. Now, while the performance and the range in the EQC is quite impressive, you must be wondering, how do I charge it? And if I do, how much time is it going to take? Well, the battery capacity in the EQC is around 80 kilowatt hours, and if you're charging it using a normal home charger, that is your standard electrical connection, well, in that case, the car will take about 21 hours to get charged from 10% to 100%. Of course, if you're buying the EQC, you will be getting a wall charger, which you can get installed at either your office or your home. And using that, you can charge the car again from 10 to 100% in about 10 hours. And if you can access a fast charger, in that case, you can charge the EQC from 10 to 100% in just 90 minutes. Of course, top-up time will depend on the percentage you started from.
And now that we're back here having driven the EQC for the day, let's talk about how it looks. On first look, the EQC comes across as a modern vehicle and a vehicle that truly belongs to the future, because after all, it is an electric SUV. Now, talking about SUV proportions, yes, it does have the proper SUV proportions, but more of a dynamic SUV. So this is more like a modern and a dynamic and a kinetic design, not a butch design. Up front, you have this massive grille with the Mercedes-Benz logo, and of course you have this entire design at the front that encompasses the headlamps. Now, the headlamps have got a very neat looking DRL, so it's a curved DRL, and of course you have these blue inserts at the front, as well as on the good looking 20-inch alloy wheels, which again is in sync with the electric theme. On the side, the other attraction is the roof line, which beyond the B pillar starts tapering towards the rear, and hence gives this SUV a very sporty effect. The rear again is a very kinetic design, and it's got good looking LED tail lamps which are connected end to end, and this not only looks cool, but it also accentuates the feeling of the EQC's width, giving it a very good road stance. So personally, I find the EQC to be a good looking and a dynamic SUV, but do let us know in the comment section, what do you think about the design of the EQC? Inside the EQC, you are greeted to an extremely well appointed cabin. The layout on first sight is different from a lot of other Mercedes-Benz cars that you've seen, because the EQC, being part of the new EQ electric range, has got a lot of new design elements that make it different from your regular Mercedes-Benz cars. Now, the center is of course this very attractive infotainment screen, which extends right from the driver side till the center console. Now, this doubles up as your screen for the instrument cluster as well as your infotainment system, and you can operate it using this touchpad or the traditional touch interface. In terms of usability, it is an easy to use screen, and the visibility and the resolution is rich, making it a pleasing sight. The material quality all around is exceptionally good. There are these impressive bits like the aircon vents. Now, these are based on the cassette rack design. They look really nice and give the cabin a modern and a premium flavor. If you look at the complete wraparound effect and the center console tilted slightly towards the driver, that again enhances the feeling of being cocooned in the driver's seat. The seats themselves are very comfortable, and the overall design, the material quality is top notch. It's got soft touch material everywhere, which means that no matter what part of the cabin you interact with, you always get a premium feel. Once you're in the back seat of the EQC, it again is a comfortable place to be in. There is enough legroom and the headroom too is decent. Beyond that, the seats themselves are quite nice. The cushioning is good. The under thigh support is decent, I would say. So maybe for someone of my height, like I'm 5 feet 8 inches, it is adequate. And you need to keep in mind that this seat is suitable for 2 adults only. If you put in an occupant in the middle, the high center tunnel is going to create inconvenience, and the scooped out design of the seat also is going to reduce the under thigh support for the third occupant. The only thing I feel for an SUV of this price segment and this class, I feel probably a panoramic sunroof would have suited the cabin much better. Now coming to the value of the EQC, well, the car has not been launched in India yet but will be very soon, and since this is a direct import, so being a CBU, expect the price tag to be significantly upwards of rupees 1 crore. Now for the expected price, the EQC offers a lot. Of course, like I said earlier, it's India's first luxury electric SUV, but beyond that, like we discussed in the video, it's got really impressive performance, it's got good looking interiors, it is a comfortable and a super refined vehicle to drive. More importantly though, being the first luxury electric SUV, what the EQC will achieve for Mercedes-Benz in India is the status of being the poster child for green mobility in the premium segment. And this is what will give the brand and this vehicle an edge, because as of today, it has no competition. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button and share it as well. And do not forget to press the bell icon.